It's about to go down.
You are listening to
This is #1
WPRD 98.3 GCOM Radio, powered by Lyfeblood.com and hosted by
You are listening to the incredible
Nova Phoenix and LK Mason.
Welcome to WPRD 98.3 GCOM Radio. We are here for the 5th episode with Sept Latasha. What's going on?
What's up? What's good, everybody?
Okay, yeah, man. So hopefully everybody heard the last show or saw it on YouTube, and so by now the Music Life feature should be in full swing. And in the near future, we're going to get in touch with some artists to really push this out and work. Because as I said before, it's a no-brainer when you compare the numbers to how it is in music streaming to what we're going to do here at Lyfeblood.com. And who knows where this will go or what this can become in the next 3 to 6 months. But we're really going to push hard and try to put the power back in artists' hands. So, all right. The first order of business topic for the show, and we're going to talk about Lil Kim. She got Lil Kim on my mind. We're going to talk about
synthetic marijuana.
Hey, synthetic marijuana. Yo, so here we go. Synthetic marijuana. It's called K2, and I don't know if you heard about this.
Spice, or
spice.
fake weed.
Or fake weed, whatever it is. I don't know if you heard about this article that came out, and it's funny because that you brought this up when we were off air. That in Connecticut, I forgot the name of the park. And anybody could Google it. Just put it in as I speak when I give you the information. So there was this article that came out in Connecticut where there was some kind of a gathering in a park across the street from City Hall in this specific area. And all of a sudden, there was some 911 calls that were going in saying there were a bunch of people wigging out in the park. So a bunch of ambulances came by. They were hopping over bodies that were convulsing and just uncontrollably throwing, flailing their arms and legs on the floor, spazzing. So it was like a group of 15 to 20 people in this Connecticut park. And it turned out they all were smoking.
Wait, where you get those numbers from?
This article was saying K2. As far as what numbers? The amount of people?
Yes, I'm showing it was over 70 people.
Oh, it was a what?
Yes,
For
76
real?
people.
Man, listen, what kind of gathering was this?
Yo, hey.
Yo, I mean, I'm not laughing to the people. It's an unfortunate situation.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. But I'm like, yo, what gathering are you having where everybody is smoking this K2 business and all flipped out?
Over 72 people were transported to local hospitals. 4 of them refused to get any treatment. And but there were a total of 76 cases.
Did you see the video?
I did not see the video. I read the articles. What? I did see a little bit, but I didn't see any of where the people were wigging out, like you said. I almost cracked up when you said "wig it out." I'm like, "Wig it out," but that's not funny with down.
Yeah, it's not funny
right,
with
down
because
they're saying that the Narcan wasn't even working on them. It took them to get them to the hospital where they had higher doses available of the Narcan to be able to help these people. So whatever it is potent. What this stuff is laced with.
Wow. That I don't know why. I don't know how this came.
They're suspecting it was laced with fentanyl.
What?
Yeah, in this case. But there were other there was another. I wasn't aware of this. I don't know if you were aware of this. There was another one back in April where 107 people had to be treated for severe bleeding linked to linked to K2. And I think 3 people died. This was in Chicago. This was in April. I didn't know this. 107 people.
First off, you know what? You don't even know what's happening at these parties. The dude that probably had the whole stash was like, yeah, this is real weed. You don't even know what happened. for this to spread to so many. What, in April?
Right.
Bleeding from the nose or something like that?
Internal
or in
bleeding. I think it was in the Sept. 3 people died. They're suspecting that this synthetic marijuana was laced with rat poison, something that is put in rat poisoning. Yes, and so these numbers are alarming, and it's like a lot of people are out there like, yeah, let us get this, get this bud or whatever. And I'm like, so that's what raised concerns for me, because a lot of people feel like, yeah, you can smoke more marijuana, you don't have to worry about getting, hurt, you don't have to worry about overdosing, you don't have to worry about being addicted. And people are losing their lives because they're creating this synthetic marijuana. Do you think it's because it's become legalized and people are trying to make it more potent than what's being sold?
What, this K2 thing? This is what I heard in New York. Now, it happened a couple times in New York, and there were a couple of cases. It's from what I've read at the time, I think since last year, they made it illegal. They were telling people, they were going to, and they're. I'm not talking about K2.
I'm talking about since the legalization of marijuana, period. Do you think people on the streets are trying to make synthetic to make it more potent than what's legal, so they can still have their business?
I don't know. I don't know. I heard about K2, I think 3 or 4 years ago, and my thing was when I heard, I said, K2, what's that? They was like, oh, now it's like it's not weed, it's some kind of like potpourri or something mix that people could buy in the corner stores and smoke. So I'm like, what? And they did it because K2 it has the same effects as marijuana, the THC, the chemical THC in marijuana that gives you that high. It kind of gives you a similar high. It gives you a similar high, and it's non-detectable when you go for drug tests. So for people that work, they would smoke K2, so they wouldn't have to worry about losing their job when they get drug tested. But the problem is, because it's not regulated, or there's no oversight on who's producing K2 or whatever derivatives of these drugs are coming from, that they lacing them. And like you telling me, like rat poison and fentanyl, like this is what happened. You got people that straight up spazzing after smoking this stuff outside. Now, this is my thing. Just smoke weed, man. All right, I don't have no problem with people smoke. I was a weed smoker for about 10, 12 years of my life. I was a regular weed smoker every day.
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley style. I would come home, no lie. I would come home, and we lived in a 3-floor walk-up, me and my roommate. And before I would get home from work, my peoples would be in the apartment, and when they was in there, because when you walked up the staircase, there was nothing but smoke. I was like, oh shit, there's a party going on. Got the weed going. What? I had my little stash. Go upstairs, roll mine. What? Yo, let me tell you something. Those were the days. But I stopped smoking. That's for a variety of different reasons. One, because of work, because I was like, what you want more? You want weed or you want to have a job? So I had to make a grown adult decision. So, and then apart from health reason, I was working out, and that's a whole other thing. My coach was like, come on, we got to be serious. So that was another thing when I was in the gym hard. So I kind of like put that aside for a little bit. But anyway, look,
the stuff. Let me tell you why.
You never smoked weed?
Well, let me tell you what happened.
Wow.
I had homies that did. And like one of my homeboys, he was like, Tosh, come take a ride with us. And back in the day, everybody was big for everybody had them little Chevettes, right? So I hop in the Chevette with him and two of his, and we in there laughing, talking or whatever, and they decide to blaze up. And I'm like, yo, really? How you gonna do that? I'm up in here or whatever. They like, oh, it's cool. They got the windows up. They like, ooh, wee. You know what I'm saying? Like, they getting it in. And I'm in there like, man, I'm like, let me out of here. I'm choking. I'm getting a headache. I'm like, so they take me back home. Man, I went to get out the car. I almost fell on the ground. I had a contact. And my head was killing me. Because of that, I'm glad I had that experience. Because of that, I never touched
what? Yo, for real? You never even want to try it again?
That was a horrible experience.
Not even try it again, but you never wanted to try it a first time after After
when I tell you my head was killing me, yes, that contact high.
Really?
My head was. I was like, never. I never touched it.
Wow. Yeah, man. I smoked that. I was a late smoker, man. I smoked that, I think, when I turned 21. Because it was in my mind, you know, when you're watching TV and your parents, they say no to drugs, say no to drugs. So I was like, nah, I'll never touch your stuff. And then, you know, as you get older, you're kind of like, that's all that, whatever. Weed's not that bad. So I tried it for the first time. Yo. And like I said, I smoked for 10, 12 years after that. I was like, this is shit.
Yeah, I know some folks, they gets it in. Like,
yeah, but, you know, as far as this K2 business, you know, I know why. Because they want to just legalize weed, man. And they doing it in a couple different states, and they're working on it. And I think they legalized it recently in New Jersey. Don't quote me on it, but New York is talking about it. And
it is.
What's happening with K2 is ridiculous, man. And it's sad. It's really sad. So all you folks out there, just smoke weed, all right? If you're gonna go as far as smoking a drug, don't smoke nothing. Even as a weed smoker, an ex-weed smoker, you never want to smoke even weed from people you don't know, because they could do the same thing with weed.
Oh, they can with weed, because back in the day, I won't say the person's name, but I know someone who smoked something and smoked the weed, and he thought it was just weed, and he came up in our house and we're talking to him, and you could tell he was high, you could smell the weed on him, and next thing you know, he like boom, he hit the floor. Say
word.
Yep.
What happened?
Apparently the weed was laced with something.
Oh damn. See what happened? See, you don't smoke with the wrong people.
You can't smoke with you gotta know the people, you gotta trust the people, you gotta watch them roll it up.
Exactly.
Not that I am saying that you should smoke marijuana, but if you're going to, be safe.
And and you tell you true, I'd rather people smoke than drink. But that's a whole nother conversation. All right, so we're gonna get into our song. What we got? You know what? We are gonna get into 7 a.m. from ATL. Atlanta.
We got all ATL people this week.
Yeah, they rocking. They rocking hard. So the song is called Hell of Love. Can't wait to hear this. All right, folks, check this out.
You say I drive too fast, go nowhere. Swear we'll end up crashing one day somewhere. Before we do, I hope we get it all in the open. And if we do, I hope we follow the roses violet. Always made you get violent. Down, never getting, no. I'll go Nirvana before I turn away from you, yeah. Alright. Only karma can stop me from chasing you, yeah. Alright. I sold my soul.
Ooh, a GCOM exclusive.
I wouldn't let you go. Yeah, hell of a love. And we got it. And hell of it. I don't doubt it. Hell of a love. We got it. And hell of it. I don't doubt it. Pick up the cup, don't miss the bus, and grease the love, I'm sure you need it. No need to rush, just keep it up, who gives a fuck, they'll never see this. I got my own space, you still making room. You know I'll set the pace, and you control our moves. But before we do, I pray we get it all in the open. And if we do, I pray we follow the roses violet. Always made you get violent. Yeah, they'll never get it, no. I'll go Nirvana before I turn away from you, yeah. Alright. chasing you, yeah. Alright. I soared. My soul. This time, yeah, I wouldn't let you go. Yeah, hell of a love, and we got it. And hell of it, I don't doubt it. Hell of a love, we got it. And hell of it, I don't doubt it.
Tight. Okay, we are back, man. We are back, and we heard some great music from ATL. ATL always coming out with those joints, man. Seriously. 7 a.m. from
Great
Atlanta,
time.
Georgia. Hella Love. Hopefully you enjoy.
Hell of a love.
Hella of a Love. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I said Hella Love like I'm from San Francisco.
I know, right?
All right. So the going into the second topic. So we're going to talk about, which is kind of like near and dear to me. Trust me, it is. This has been on my mind for a while. Nicki Minaj. Love her to death. Got to support New Yorkers. But there's some things that kind of took place recently with her album dropping. Whole lot of beef going on. Whole lot of beef. You could just, smell it in the air. She got, as what she was on Power, Hot 97 with Funkmaster Flex, and she was getting it in with Safari. I'm like, out of nowhere, just shots. Hey, man, it is what it is. And the whole beef with, what's her name?
With Travis Scott.
With not Courtney.
Well, his sister, not his sister, his girlfriend is Kourtney Kardashian's sister, Kylie Jenner.
Right, and we're speaking about Travis Scott.
Scott,
I still haven't listened to the album. I'm going to get the album. They say it was great, it's beautiful. I will get the album. But other than that, he's doing very well for himself. And she got into a little Twitter battle with Travis Scott and his baby mother. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe she feel hurt that Travis Scott sold more albums than her. And some of that queendom is like, no, I should be number one. So there's a variety of reasons. Look, I was picking it first. Safari, listen, a lot of people were saying she was just talking about Safari because she's trying to just sell records by drumming up this beef, and she was trolling. Listen, she can speak about who she wants to speak about, her ex, whether she's ready, and whenever she's ready to give up the information, she will. If she was going to give it up back then, she would have, but she's doing it now. So hey, man, listen, she was just speaking the truth to Flex, and Safari was doing her dirty. Apparently, so she says, allegedly. Getting them hoes, and paying for them, and telling she wasn't. They were saying, she said his family was telling that she shouldn't rap and she shouldn't do it, and kind of like demeaning her. And hey, who knows? But you know what's funny? I don't know if you know, Safari came out with a book deal after this. He got like $500,000 to do a book on his life with Nicki Minaj. Hey, man.
Apparently, she said something in there that kind of struck a chord with him. I guess in the interview she had mentioned that people were claiming that they, she didn't write her own music and that they wrote her music, whatever. And that's when he kind of chimed in. I guess he heard the interview, or maybe someone told him, and he's like, yo, why are you speaking to me all the time? I'm not even talking about you, and didn't I already say that I never wrote your music? And like, he just started, it just started an all out Twitter. They went back and forth for days.
They was going in. And
wow. I was like, really?
Yeah, that's that old.
And
old.
spilling all the beans, the tea, coffee, and lemonade. Like,
yo, that was that. For real, that came out of nowhere. I was like, damn, man, she hitting that safari, but you know, that's that old relationship business. You know, you need that you never really get over. I felt it was over, but you know, it is what it is.
Apparently not. He said if you got to mention someone's name, he said apparently it's not still over. You got feelings. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he's saying in his tweet to her. Like, you know, you keep bringing my name up.
Bring my name up. You know, you still got some kind of remnants of my energy. Yeah, whatever.
And he like, and I stole your card, the card that you gave me the pin for and had me doing stuff for you with. That's the card you saying I stole? Oh, like, yo.
The book publisher probably saying, no, Safari, save it for the book. Save it for the book.
Like, he got like 4 or 5 paragraphs strong in tweets. Hey. Like, like he told when she stabbed him, and he said he had to act like he was trying to kill himself so she wouldn't go to jail. Like,
I didn't see that tweet. Oh, what?
Yes, this word. Let me get to the tweet. He says, "Remember the night you cut me and I almost died. The police and ambulance had to take me out the crib on a stretcher, and I had to lie and tell them I was trying to kill myself so they wouldn't take you to jail. When things like that start happening more than once, it's time to dip." And so she came back kind of like, wait, you didn't leave me, I left you. And when you called me begging me to take you, you know.
Yo, this is a straight to BET movie situation.
Like, right? They went, like, and this kept going on and on and on until she finally, you know, told her Barbs, let's take it back to the positive. If it's not positive, we're not going to tweet about it. We're not going to talk about it.
Right.
And, you know, but, you know, you saying that, but then you talking junk about Travis Scott.
Yeah, I don't even know where that.
You in your feelings because he got #1 on the Billboard. You got #2.
Well, yeah, we kind of know where that came from, but you know, I'm just like, what? Come on, really? Are you really going to just go in like that on Travis Scott?
Yeah, she's saying, you know, it's not really a legit win because Kylie had put up a tweet about saying that she and Stormy were ready for tour and had put a link up to like his tour merchandise, and I guess with that one tweet 50,000 units were sold out of the tour stuff for a tour that she says hasn't been scheduled or anything like that. So basically, you know, he got them sales off of Kylie's tweet.
Oh my God.
Well, who cares?
Hey,
you know what I mean? Like, who cares how is getting promoted or whatever? What you mad
sounds
for?
sore, man. It just
you know what I mean? You tweet
sore.
your stuff just because you ain't getting them kind of numbers off of a tweet. And I mean,
look, this is my take. This is how I see it. And with Nicki Minaj, and we were talking about before. This is my thing. Nicki Minaj always plays up, you know, the sex kitten rapper thing, all right? And yeah, that's cool. You do how you present yourself, how you want to present yourself. But this is my thing. If you play that sex kitten, you know, playing up the sex, you know, sex sells type of thing with your music, and that's what you're going to rely on, and you rest all your laurels in that and expect that to take you over, it may work at the beginning, but eventually people get tired of it. And I was watching her in some award show, and I forgot which one it was, and she was kind of like on all fours, leaning down, putting her ass up, and I was like, to me, I was like, it's been overdone. And when you play that consistently, people get tired of it, because when you do play that, you know how fans are, you know how people are, they're very finicky. There's always going to be somebody that's going to be younger, tighter, cuter in some way, and they're going to move on to them. And I think that kind of plays into the whole beef with Cardi B. And I'm like, and you'll be threatened by it. So my thing is, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do sex appeal or play up the sex, because we all know the music business been playing up sex since the inception of it. This is just what it is. But sometimes you can't rest everything on that. Sometimes you got to move out of that pocket and present yourself in another way, which would be refreshing to your fans and to the audience. That my personal feeling played into that.
Or just let your natural sexy come through, like Beyonce, the natural sexy about her. You know what I mean? And it's, you know, or like, you know, everyone says Usher. You know what I mean? You know, he has this natural sexy about him. You don't care if he has on a big old double goose coat. You still like, man, that brother fine. You know what I mean?
He still presents himself where he's gonna carry that energy naturally.
Right.
But sometimes I feel like Nicki just goes in too hard, man. I'm like, Nick, come on, man. You keep on doing it like that. No wonder your album sales is not kicking up. And then when you get beef with Travis Scott, somebody's gonna sell more records than you, or selling out the tour faster than you. Then you know you just sound sore when you're getting at him.
It does, and then to the point like where, you know, they have to worry about seating at the Video Music Awards. Like, I guess apparently they had initially had Travis and Kylie seated behind Nicki, and they were like, we can't do that because with the beef, which just went down on Twitter, so they had to sit him with. Plus, why would you have the number one sitting behind the number two?
Of course, they did that on purpose.
So
I know they
the
probably
seats.
did that on purpose.
And then, like we were talking about before, the whole thing at the VMAs, like they were trying to catch them in the same frame to take a picture, and Kylie was like, about face, she saw Nicki Minaj and completely like,
she's like, oh my God, that's her right there?
Let me get a stage left, let me head out the other direction, like, swipe left.
Oh my, you knew that was gonna be on the front page of Star magazine or something like that, or the People magazine. Beef on the red carpet between
Kylie
Nicki
was like,
Minaj,
I will not give them a satisfaction. She will not be in a picture with me.
Sorry, Callie, I keep forgetting your name. Yeah. Yo, that's crazy. But yeah, Nicki, you gotta come on. You gotta switch up, man. It's getting old, and don't hate when other people do it. Just settle into where you are. She did another interview or something, or maybe she said it on her show. Like, she didn't apologize to, you know, Travis at all, but she said on her show that she don't have any hard feelings, you know, about Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner is getting hers, and of course Kylie's going to support. He's, you know, allowed to tweet about her man or whatever. She loves Kylie and, you know, the family or whatever. So, you know. Yeah, I mean, but she was just showing love to Kylie right there. She didn't say, just do your music.
You know, she should have said something, you know, about Travis too, because, you know, it ain't his fault he beat her out.
Hey, and you know, I'm not expecting everybody to be all good with each other. Of course, they're gonna throw darts, they're gonna troll, because that's the thing. But you know, sometimes trolling kind of like it's this kind of wide, blurry line where it goes from trolling into just obvious hate.
Like everywhere she goes is something up.
But I guess controversy along with sex sells. It is what it is. All right, so we going into the next joint. Hey. QT Jazz from ATL, Georgia. She Can Ask Me featuring Zonnique. Yeah, man, QT Jazz. Oh, sorry, Zonnique. You know what? Potato. But you're right. Zonnique. All right, so check out QT Jazz, A Star on the Rise. All right, yo.
WPRD 98.3 GCOM Radio.
This right here what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, hear what you wanna hear. When I make it crystal clear, she can talk to you. Nah, she can talk to you. Next time I sit around in your messages, fix all of those dresses. Ask him which one what you looks good in. Tell her girl
This is GCOM Radio, powered by Lyfeblood.com. Come join, be a lifer. Practice dollar power and build financial independence.
Yeah, man, we are back listening to QT Jazz from ATL. She Can Ask Me, featuring Zonnique. Did I get that right, La?
You got that right, man. Good job,
Okay.
Nova.
QT Jazz, she is a star on the rise, man. I'm watching her. I'm on IG, connected with IG, and she's doing great things, man. So I see a lot of great things come out of this young artist, QT Jazz. So big ups to her. So the last segment of the show, we're gonna talk about what's going on in the sports industry. It's funny, there's a lot of things going on in sports. You got LeBron, and now you got my lady, my second wife. Yeah. Don't worry about that. I got a first wife, but this one's my second.
Polygamous.
I'm gonna be working my third. Watch out now. I'm looking for. Okay, but this is about Serena Williams, man. There's some things going on. She at the French Open. So how old is her kid now? Her baby now? What? A year old? A year and a half or something like that?
Is she a year yet? I think she is. I can't remember.
Yeah, man. I think. Yeah. So anyway, so she had her baby, and she had some complications with her birth. So she made some kind of deal with Nike to make her a catsuit, a full body catsuit, and it's everybody probably heard this, what's going on right now. So she wore it, and it's a red band around the waist, and she wore it for last year's French Open. And it's the funny thing is, it's also for medical reasons because complications with her birth. I don't know the specifics on what the medical purpose is for her situation, but it's associated with complications from her birth. So anyway, the real what's going on is that she wore it for last year's French Open, and supposedly they had some changes with some from the clothes that they would wear, and you would have what happened was the French Tennis Federation president Bernard Giudicelli said that she can no longer wear that catsuit or she cannot perform at the French Open. Why? I'm like, when I came on the story, I'm like, what? Look, Serena Williams has worn more provocative things than this full body catsuit. All right. And I don't understand why this is an issue now. Now, even regular tennis wear that the women wear can be considered more provocative than this full body catsuit. Now, obviously, you know why I think this is happening. Ain't nobody got it. You know why. It's the big old loud capital letter R and ends with ism. Okay. So, I mean, I can't see any other way. When they try to stop your greatness, this is what it is. They when you are great, they will come up with ways to keep you out the game. And it's sad, man. It's sad that this has to happen. But the funny thing is, there's been a lot of positive support for Serena online, and especially from Nike when this started to come out. So Nike tweets, "You can take the superhero out of the costume, but you can never take away her superpowers. # just do it." Now, I thought that was pretty cool for Nike to do in light of this. And it's just amazing the type of resistance that Serena is getting. Now, I don't know if you know, she also said publicly online that she's been tested even more than the typical
let me tell you
tennis player.
What I don't understand
tested.
about the whole catsuit thingy is, I recall back in the day, younger Serena, smaller Serena, wearing a catsuit-like tennis outfit that was shorts. And I distinctly remember because all the fellas that I knew could not wait to watch her play in it. Like, they were like, "Oh, Serena wearing that again?" Everybody had to tune in. They had to watch Serena. And it was like this big thing because Serena was wearing that. Like, Serena coming on? Like, I mean, they shut everything down because they had to watch Serena play in this catsuit, right? It was black. It was the same thing, except it was shorts. So my thing is this. If you didn't have a problem with it then, when she was a little smaller frame, why you got a problem with it now after she done had her baby? Like, is that type of discrimination or something? You trying to say she doesn't look good in it?
What
you know what I mean?
is?
Because I think she looks amazing. Okay? But so I'm trying to figure out what's the difference between then when it was shorts and now that it's full pants. I don't understand.
What do you think? Why
exactly what I just said. You know, she had a little smaller figure then because, you know, bigger women do get discriminated against for wearing tighter fitting clothing. It's like, you should not wear that. You know what I mean? I remember when I was in high school, right? I was always taller and heavier than other girls. However, when they would do that little testing or whatever in gym to test your body fat, I was like number 4 in the whole school. Like, I had the number 4 least amount of body fat. So one day I wore like these shirts. They had these shirts where it covered up your, you know, boobs and everything, but it was sheer at the bottom part of the shirt. Now everybody else wore these shirts and your arms were like sheer. Now everybody wore these shirts, right? Nobody said anything to anybody else. But me, because I had some boobs, I had a booty and all of that. And I actually had a 6-pack at the time. Because I had a figure, I got pulled to the side by the principal and was like, Latasha, that's not appropriate attire. And I'm like, but all the girls wear this. And he told me that I could not wear that to school anymore. And, you know, my father went up there and had a discussion with him because I did let my father know all the girls wear it. And like, it was one girl who actually hers, it didn't even cover like the top part. You could see her bra. Hers was fully sheer and nobody ever said anything to her. She wore it all the time. And my father went up there and asked him, so why would you say something to her and not the other girls? Everybody's wearing it, you know? So that's why I'm like, is it because she's a little bigger? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Serena been wearing this stuff.
But she was smaller then. That's what I'm saying. Back in the day, years ago, Serena was smaller when she wore that black catsuit short thing. You know what I mean?
Let me tell
so that's why I'm like, is it because she a little more mature now?
Let me tell you something. There was one picture where she threw up the ball, okay, and she's in mid swing, jumped up to get at it, and it was a shot from behind her, and it was a black short joint, shiny, and it showed. Let's put it like this. I'm gonna be nice. It showed all her womanly things. Okay, so it was I'm not going front. There's some men that's like, God damn, that's crazy, and they was like, thank the photographer for that shot. But I'm saying they never said anything even back then. So
understand.
This is a full body,
the little skimpy outfits.
And to me, she looked the same size.
I know you said something about they said it's a disrespect to the stadium or something. You were telling me earlier in their statement, and I'm like, how is that disrespect? Right. Nigga, she's fully clothed, but you have them wearing these little skimpy tennis outfits where you can see their business. And pretty much, I mean, you were a little generous saying that they wear shorts under the skirts and look more like underwear to me. You know what I mean? But that's appropriate and that's not disrespectful. But for her to wear a full body suit,
it's called hate. I'm gonna call it I'm gonna call it out like it is. It's called hate. All right. When you coming back from your pregnancy and you are as great as Serena Williams is, not just as a woman tennis player, but tennis player period, and you knocking them down. When you coming with and you coming back, okay, look, I just had this baby, I'm coming back. You don't think they scared? You don't think they feel some kind of way? Oh,
yeah,
man, Serena
with all
Williams
that drug testing,
that's her legacy.
Like that,
Let her play out her legacy.
Let that woman play.
Let her play out her legacy, all right? If she good at what she does, eventually she ain't going to play forever, but it's going to be forever known within this time period of whatever, since she started first playing professionally, this is her moment. And when you play well, man, when you great at something, man, you always going to have those haters going to try to knock you down, especially if you, Serena Williams, or I'm going to say as a black player, is real. So, I don't know what Serena should do. I don't know what she do. Keep rocking. You think she should bow out?
Oh, nah, you don't ever let anybody put you in that position. Like, they don't determine her destination. She does. So, no, she shouldn't bow out. I mean, is it really that? If it is medically necessary, I think she can have an argument and try to, come up with a case. But I'm thinking, you said they're banning it next year. By next year, she may not even need it. So it might not even be an issue. But Serena, they have made that up, girl. That is not even disrespectful. You look amazing.
You know what? And sometimes I think they do these things so people... And it's kind of like reverse psychology. So because we know, you're going to stand up for yourself. You're going to say, I ain't playing. And by doing that, and if they're expecting her response to be, I'm not playing, it kind of puts her out the game and lets other people play.
Nah,
so
she's not the angry black woman type.
No, I wouldn't say more like an angry... I wouldn't say necessarily angry black woman, but just, standing up for what's right, and especially if it's something that's ridiculous.
I mean, they could do something.
But,
I mean, I could see if that's like the only thing that she could wear. Like, she could put on a little tennis skirt or whatever, and I'm sure they have some things that she could pull up her legs and wear it instead of, you know what I mean? She don't have to wear the catsuit.
And she gonna throw on that tennis skirt and it's shorter than the catsuit that she wore that they have problems with. That's the ridiculousness.
And just show them how ridiculous they are. You know what I mean? Just whatever.
I say, matter of fact, you're right. Keep playing.
Girl, keep doing
Change it,
yeah.
No doubt. Keep playing and knock that out. Up till you're ready to retire.
If the haters hate, you're just gonna be great.
Boom. All right, so we out of here. We're going to go into the last song of the show. It is, wow, you are right. Atlanta's holding it down for this show. So it is Urban Republic from Atlanta, GA. They are coming with So High. All right.
So High.
No, I'm not a singer. So, yeah.
Shout out to Dewey the Don.
That's what up. Urban Republic. Come hear them.
When the money came, I was getting high when the money came. I was getting high when the money came. I was getting high when the money came. She was getting high when the money came. She was getting high when the money came. She was getting high when the money came. We was getting high when the money came.
Open the leg and roll up the spliff. I was at clock when I met that little bitch. Got the good number, we testing this shit. She said she stay off all the west in this shit. My ex is the past and them pass all the shit. She blow my phone, said she want me to hit. I play it cool, flexing this shit. Come fuck with the trail, them niggas ain't shit. Sex game is crazy, but not one to brag. GPS go on her way to the pad. GPS cause I don't know where I'm at. I'm never in foot and my hoes in the cab. She blew a beeler to get in the zone. Then she just blew me a fucking trombone. She calling me daddy, your kids are not home. We high off the moment, yeah, we're both.
Straight to the four corners of the earth. What we have here are sonic bangers.
No doubt.
On the world stage.
I was getting high when the money came. She was getting high when the money came. She was getting high when the money came. She was getting high when the money came. We was getting high when the money came. She waiting on me, knowing dick is coming. Dorm room smoking, got the shower running. Mr. Pipes, I'm about to fix your plumbing. I got this purple haze, I heard it's mind numbing. She come, I leave, that's forthcoming. Then I'm back to the road, got my finger thumbing. Niggas jealous, it's so unbecoming. Cause money always got a nigga into something. 2 a.m. I got the text, a nigga missed the call. She said she DTF. Gon' cook at the light shit, a chef. Riding on this dick, I got ash on my chest. Hitting it from the back, trying to catch my breath. Then a friend jumped in and put some pep on my step. Strapped on caps with the Georgia Techs, and I beat the pussy up like a rambling. I was getting high when the money came. I was getting high when the money came. I was getting high when the money came. So I was getting high when the money came. So she was getting high when the money came. So she was getting high when the money came. She was getting high when the money came. We was getting high when the money came.
Okay, y'all, we just coming back. You just heard Urban Republic from Atlanta, Georgia, So High. I love Urban Republic, man. They're another, marquee artist that's coming up and just really hot, just really blazing it. So we're going to sign out. Thanks you guys for listening. We appreciate it.
We do.
Tune into Lyfeblood, to GCOM Radio next week. We have some, we're building up to a lot of good things that's coming up for the show. Check out Lyfeblood.com, sign up, be a lifer, and let's just create this community where we can have group economics. And we'll get into it more. So by now, as this show plays, the new features should be live, music life. We're going to get in touch with a lot of artists and really start connecting these dots. So we appreciate it. La, you got any words?
Just a special shout out to QT Jazz and Urban Republic, specifically Do It to Don. Those are my people. Those are my babies. Much love. Thank you for submitting your music. And everyone else, if you would like your song played on the show, you know how to get at us. You can do submissions at Lyfeblood.com.
Or you can reach out to La right there on her social media.
On IG, hit my DM, okay. Latasha K. Mason.
Okay, boom. All right, y'all, we out. Thank you for listening. Another show in the back. All right, y'all.
It's WPRD 98.3 GCOM Radio, powered by Lyfeblood.com for the global community on the next go round. From right here to your town.
I already know.
We out.